Hey there, my friend. I hope this video finds you well. I just have a couple questions for you. Do you ever find yourself feeling distracted and like you're procrastinating on things that you know have to get done, but you just don't want to do them? Do you ever find it hard to focus and be present with people in your life because there are these other thoughts that are running, like about work or about something else? Or do you ever find it hard to fall asleep at night because you're thinking about work and you're thinking about these daily stresses? Well, if you answered yes to any of the above questions, then I know where you're coming from. I've been there, and this video is for you because everything that I'm sharing here is about what I've experienced and what has changed for the better. So my intention is that you take some value away from this video. Albert Einstein once said that what seems to be this universe made of matter, made of this solid stuff called matter, is really just vibrating energy. And this is a really bold statement that he made, but he's not the first to say it. In fact, thousands of years before him, ancient mystics and sages had recorded that after lifetime of contemplation about the nature of reality, they came to the conclusion that reality was not made of this stuff called matter that seems to be so hard and full of form, but at the most fundamental level, it's made of vibrating energy. Interestingly, the most advanced science that we have today, quantum physics, points to the exact same thing, that when we dive in and zoom in on the most fundamental particle, the atom, when we look within the atom and see electrons, protons, neutrons, and go even deeper at the most fundamental level, we actually don't find this solid structure that we would expect to find. We find vibrating energy. And that vibrating energy is what composes the entire atom and what composes every element, every molecule, every cell. Literally everything in the universe that seems to be made of this matter is, according to the most advanced science that we have, and also to ancient sages who spent their lives in contemplation of such notions. It's all made of vibrating energy. And this vibrating energy takes different forms. Sight, so we're taking up the light that our eyes receive. Sound is energy being transmuted within our ear canals and then through the auditory system in the brain. Again, this is obvious stuff. We see, we hear, we feel, we taste, we smell. So we're constantly integrating this new information from our environment with our past experiences. And our environments have a huge effect on our minds. A recent study suggests that the human mind takes in about 11 million bits of information every second. So 1 second, 2 seconds. So that was already 22 million bits of information. Pretty wild. And it's still happening right now. So we're taking in 11 million bits of information every second, but we can only consciously process about 50 bits of information. And that doesn't mean 50 different things. We're not multitasking on 50 things at once. But of those 11 million, we're only able to consciously process about 50 bits of those 11 million. In fact, we can't multitask. Studies also suggest that when we try to do 2 things or 3 things, that we can't do all of them at the same time. We have to switch our attention rapidly back and forth from each object. And this probably makes sense to you, that just wastes time. Whenever we switch from task to task, it takes time. And we also get distracted, we lose focus. So it's best to focus on one thing at a time. And that's easier said than done. We're almost encouraged to multitask in our modern environment. There's just so many different things constantly going on. However, it doesn't feel good when we multitask, and we're never productive when we're trying to multitask. So this feels like distraction, and it feels like we're being pulled in a bunch of different directions. And if we were to stop and just pause and bring awareness to our mind during those moments, we'd notice all these different thoughts automatically running. So in that case, back to our 50 bits of information reference, those 50 bits of information that we're consciously attending to are all over the place. There's probably 5 different channels for those 50 bits of information, and our energy is dissipated. We're not focused, we're distracted, and it doesn't feel good. We know it. But when those 50 bits of information that we're consciously attending to are in alignment, we know that feeling too, because it feels so good. That's the state of being in the zone. That's the state of flow. And maybe you've experienced this in athletic competition, or playing a musical instrument, or engaging in some sort of creative project. But it's that state of, even though what we're doing is pretty challenging, it's flowing effortlessly, so to speak, because we're present and we're fully engaged with that task. Now, we can talk about this all we want, but how does this apply to our lives? Well, let's think about this. If when we're in that state of flow, it 1, feels amazing, and 2, is hyper productive, how can we maximize this state of flow in our lives? Well, I found 2 things to be extremely helpful in eliminating that distraction mode and maximizing this in the zone mode. Number 1 is meditation. Maybe you've heard me talk about it before, but meditation is like the instruction manual for our minds that we were never given as children. Every time I bring awareness to my mental state, just noticing the thoughts and the loops and the momentum of my mind that's already present, gives me so much clarity into the subconscious patterns that are running my life. And if I don't have awareness of those subconscious patterns, I'm just living through them. So by noticing them, I'm taking away their power to control my life, and instead I'm living through conscious awareness. So meditation has been the most transformative aspect of my life, absolutely. But a second tool that has been so useful in helping me eliminate distractions and enter flow more quickly along with meditation is sound therapy. Now, if you've never heard of sound therapy, it's utilizing the power of sound to work for us, whether that's to heal our physical state or our mental state, or to elevate our health and our productivity in other states. And my favorite form of sound therapy is binaural beats. Now, what are binaural beats? Binaural beats were discovered in the 1900s by a physicist, I believe, and he noticed that when we hook up our brains to an EEG machine, we see that the brain has different waves that it's emitting. Just naturally, our brains are radiating at a certain frequency. So throughout most of our days, we're in this beta wave state for most of us. And this beta wave state is like this daily alertness, like we're awake, but we're sort of anxious and stressed and thinking about ourself or something in the past or planning for the future. It's like just this daily state of being that we're all so used to. And it has its own certain wave pattern. And different states of mind are associated with different brain states. When people who are meditating are hooked up to an EEG, they see different waves come up. For some people, there are alpha waves, which suggests relaxation but focused attention. And those waves may look different than the regular beta waves. So alpha waves look a little different, and then there's theta waves, which are like associated with dreaming, and that's what we see while we're in REM sleep. And that's also what we see when children are hooked up to EEG machines. We see that they mostly operate in the theta wave state. Also, in deep sleep, we see delta waves, which are these really deep, slow brainwave patterns that suggest extreme relaxation and healing. Interestingly, certain people, like not everyone that meditates, but certain experienced meditators can actually consciously bring their brainwave state down to delta waves. What does this have to do with binaural beats? Well, binaural beats play a slightly different frequency in each ear of headphones. What this does is it creates a standing wave pattern in the brain. If you've ever held onto a cable or can imagine holding onto like a metal cable that's attached to a wall or someone else is holding it, and you were to shake it, you'd have this wave pattern that forms, and then it would bounce back, and eventually it would become this like non-stop wave. Well, that's what's happening on our brains anyway. But with these binaural beats, by playing a slightly different tone in each ear, we can artificially create a standing wave pattern in the brain and reverse engineer states of mind. So we can go from feeling very overwhelmed and distracted to plugging in these binaural beats, and that can help us with conscious intention and mindfulness. That can help us very quickly return to a state of peace and harmony. I also love using binaural beats before bed, because if I ever feel like my mind is a little bit active, I can very quickly relax into that alpha, then theta, then delta state with these binaural beats, and I can do that very quickly, whereas maybe it would have taken me an hour or so of relaxation and falling asleep until I were to tune into those states of being. And in my exploration of this sound healing, I discovered the Nirvana community. And Nirvana is a company that creates soundtracks for sound healing. And they have everything from soundtracks from like studying and focusing to healing DNA and the body on a cellular level. And they have some incredible soundtracks. And as I got to know their team, they actually invited me to become a member of their community as a mindfulness coach. And because I believe in their work so much, I happily joined the community. And for the past few months, I've gotten to meet members of their community and work alongside them virtually. And just from the few months that I've been working with the Nirvana community, I can already tell that the people working at Nirvana are not only incredibly talented at creating these beautiful and healing soundtracks, but they're also amazing people who are doing this work because of the beneficial effects it has in each of our lives and subsequently around the world. I'm so excited to announce that starting next Sunday, August 8th, through the following Sunday, August 15th, Nirvana will be hosting a masterclass series. Every day from 9:30 a.m. until 11 a.m. Eastern Time in the United States, we will have a webinar. So this live call where participants can join, and we'll be sharing different mindfulness techniques and also different healing soundtracks from all different modalities around the world to benefit our mental and physical health. Now, if you have any interest in deepening your mental and physical health and learning more about the benefits of sound healing, how you can eliminate distractions, how you can better compartmentalize your life so you're not bringing your work stress home, and so you're not bringing your family stuff to work, so that you can focus when you need to, so you can relax when you need to. If any of that interests you, I highly, highly recommend you join this masterclass series. Even if you can't attend some or all of the live webinars, they will be recorded and you'll have access to those. Also, you will have a lifetime access to 30 different tracks. 24 of those will be sound healing tracks, each slightly different and with a different purpose. Some of them are really helpful for creative projects and studying. Other ones are better for power naps or relaxing and being able to fall asleep more easily. So those will be amazing. And then there's also 6 guided meditations from meditation teachers from around the world, in addition to all those live sessions that will be recorded. Now, I'm going to be honest, this is just massive value. Between the soundtracks that are being offered and the mindfulness coaches who are going to show up and give these webinars, it's just so much value. And if I had to put a price on how much value it would be, if I were to take away maybe 2 or 3 things that would really benefit my mental or physical health, what would that be worth? I mean, personally, I've invested tens of thousands of dollars, probably close to like 50 grand at this point, over the past 2 or 3 years in mindset coaching and mental and physical health coaching and evolution. And that has paid itself off, easily over the past few years. But this Harmony Masterclass series, we're offering it at Nirvana for $50, which is, it's almost a joke. We're just like giving this stuff away, not because it's not valuable, but because it's so valuable, and we want to offer this to anyone, regardless of their financial situation. So for $50, for like $7 a day, you can join this masterclass series and soak up some practical wisdom that you can integrate into your life, and also some soundtracks to help you focus or to help you relax whenever you want. Also, you might even pick this up cheaper than $50, because the first 20 people to register for this event will get it half off, so $25. And if you use my code ZAC10, you'll be able to save an extra 10%. So it'll come out to like $22.50. So again, if you have any interest in improving your mental or physical health and exploring the benefits of sound healing, then I highly, highly recommend you join this masterclass series. The link is in my bio. Just click on the wearelucid.coach/welcome, and on that page you will see register for Nirvana Masterclass. Click that. Should be pretty self-explanatory from there. But please don't hesitate to comment below or shoot me a direct message with any questions. I would be happy to answer them. Also excited to announce some other projects that I've been working on, and I'll be sharing those in future videos, as well as sharing some insights that I've learned over the past few months of meditation, contemplation, and research. So a lot of exciting things to come. I really love doing this work. It just feels so good for me, and it feels so good to share what's helped me in life, because I just feel like that's what life's about. Albert Einstein said everything's energy. So yeah, Albert energy, Zach energy, you energy, it's all just flowing. And the universe as a whole is constantly evolving and learning, experiencing within itself, and flowing. So what sort of vibes are we trying to live in? Alignment, baby. Let's get in alignment with what we truly want to create in life. So meditation, sound healing are two amazing tools that have helped me get in alignment with my clearest understanding and my purest intentions. And I'm so grateful for that. And I'm so grateful to share this opportunity with you. I will be hosting day 2 of this Harmony Masterclass. So if you join, I will see you next Monday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. But we'll be in touch before then. Stay tuned for future videos and posts. And if you found some value in this video, feel free to share it with anyone who you also think would find value in this. Give it a like, give it a comment, any comments or questions that you have. I love reading those and responding to those. So again, thank you for your time. Wishing you everything you truly desire in life. A life full of clarity, peace, and joy. Thank you, and much love, and namaste.